Hey, Walking Dead fans, this is just a real-world news report. This just came out, I think around April 3rd, 2018. News reports coming from the CDC is that antibiotic-resistant nightmare bacteria is all over. They say there are germs with unusual antibiotic resistance, and it's widespread in the U.S., but it's definitely global as far as that goes. So the official report was, carried by several news agencies and stuff, but it's pretty much that health departments working with the CDC's antibiotic resistant lab network. That's a AR lab network, found more than 220, I think it's like 221 instances of germs with unusual antibiotic resistant genes in the U.S. last year, and that's according to a CDC vital signs report that was released I think on April 3rd. Okay, just in case you guys didn't know, the CDC shown back in season 1 of The Walking Dead wasn't really the CDC. It was a different building. This is how the CDC really looks. It's actually a pretty large campus. There's other buildings and stuff. That's the sign out front, or one of the signs at a gate. And of course, the other building that you see, you can see it here in this photo. It's the Cobb Energy Performing Arts Center. It's actually like a huge conference building, like a building, the type of building they would have like a Walker Stalker Con or a Comic Con, or, trade shows and things like that in. Just a little bit of information while we're talking about the CDC here. CDC Principal Deputy Director said that the CDC's study found several dangerous pathogens hiding in plain sight that can cause infections and that are difficult or impossible to treat. They say antibiotic resistance can spread from people with and without symptoms of an infection. It can spread between facilities, and it can also spread between germs. There's some germs that will actually give it to other germs. It's crazy. And germs are constantly developing resistance against new and older antibiotics. But through the past years, the articles say that the resistance has risen to dangerous levels. It's a growing public health crisis. 2 million Americans are infected each year, and 23,000 die, or more than 23,000 die. And the nightmare bacteria, it is very dangerous. It's a long name germ, but the short name is CRE, capital CRE. You can Google it, and it can kill you if it gets in your bloodstream or your urinary tract or your lungs. But they found it in 27 states. Unusual resistance. It's a germ that can't be killed by all or most antibiotics. They're uncommon, or at least previously thought uncommon, and in certain areas, or in the U.S. as a whole. And some of them have genes that allow them, like I said, to spread their resistance to other germs. One article even said once the antibiotic resistance takes hold, it can spread like wildfire. And, Walking Dead fans have heard that term before. Of course, the overuse through the years of antibiotics is adding to the problem. But the CDC does have a big plan on containment strategy. Each facility has a plan on containment strategy, and if they find this unusual germ out there, they go into motion and try to stop it before it spreads. And from what the CDC says, they have a really good containment policy out there, a strategy out there that they're doing, and they're going to contain it. It'll be like 70% contained or something like that. They hope. But the funny thing is, it's that some of these are even undetectable. Like, some of these facilities don't even know that these germs are even out of control there. And it is spreading, like they say, like wildfire. So given information like this, a lot of people have said the CDC might have even been the ones that caused the Walker virus in The Walking Dead. I don't think that's true, but maybe it was something they detected and it got out of control. They didn't really know what it was, and it mutated, or it got resistant to anything that we had as far as modern medicine. But who knows? It's just really interesting. I'll put links to at least a couple articles in the description below that you can check out, or you can Google it. It's pretty cool news, and as you read it, it kind of in your head, you're thinking, if you're a Walking Dead fan, there's no way you couldn't think about the zombie virus. But that's just a little bit of news. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you check out the article and think it's cool and fascinating, because that's real life and it is pretty cool and fascinating. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more dead stuff.